Okay, I just wanted to point out to you the items that you need. First would be the dongle uh, that came with your camera when you purchased it. You'll notice on here there's a standard barrel jack for any kind of Fat Shark or Sky Zone goggle. And then there's also what's called a BNC, mostly used in the security industry. And then this is the elusive adapter that you need to make this connection from BNC to RCA, so you can hook it up to any monitor that supports RCA. And then obviously just a battery with, I just mocked up something here with a barrel jack on it. That's pretty much it. You plug it in, it bypasses anything else. You unplug it from your quad first, obviously, if you already have it in your quad, and then you hook it up. So there you go. You can buy this camera, Foxeer. It's a Sony Cam IR block, the HS1177, at madlabindustries.com. I wanted to show you a couple of features today that might help you on race day. When you get this camera and you open it up, you see a bunch of wires, you see the camera, you see a bracket, but you also see is this dongle. And it basically is the OSD control to get into the camera, so you can actually set settings and to your liking. And the first thing is, if you've ever raced with us Chicago drone racers, you'll know that we fly at night a lot, and we fly at day a lot as well. And there's a certain settings that we need to change in our cameras to optimize both times of the day flying. As you guys all know, I'm sure you guys have run into it where you've gone into darker areas in the woods, and you'll notice that your camera goes from black to white to color. This is simply because it is set to auto, just like any other security camera would do. Most cameras come out of the box set to auto, so this is something that we should change. I'm here to show it to you today. So this is the OSD. It's your typical 80s, camcorder OSD menu. Pretty stock, nothing really crazy about it. So let's get right into it. So the first thing right here, day and night, it's at auto. Color, boom, done. Next would be exposure. I personally like to run dynamic wide range on. You see how much brighter it got there. So when I'm very deep into the woods there, that kind of gives me a little bit extra oomph going forward. I'm sure you guys are gonna argue with me about it, but I personally like it. I like a more brighter screen, and I can always control the lightness and darkness with my goggles. It always tends to work out for me. There's 2, and then we go down to special, and this is where it gets kind of cool. We have cam title. This is where you can enter in whatever it is you want. And for me, my pilot name is Jinja, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And basically, this dongle's not the best, I will admit that. You go ahead and put your pilot name in there, and then you can select position, so you can center it in your screen. There's that. And then what this will do is every time you plug in, it'll show your name. We are probably going to start encouraging our guys who race with us to do this, simply because it'll keep track of who's plugging in, who isn't plugging in, who's supposed to be plugging in, who isn't supposed to be plugging in. And then if someone does plug in and causes any kind of accident, we'll know who plugged in, hopefully, if they catch the name when they do it. But more importantly, we're just doing that so that if someone were to take off thinking it's their quad, if someone's jumping channels, then they'll know that it's not their quad, and it just cuts the risk down on takeoff. It's a pretty nifty feature, very easy to do. It comes with pretty much every cam I've ever owned, and I've owned a lot. So I do encourage doing this big time.